So welcome back to Wild Beard Knives. I'm here in my shop and I'm going to be setting up my Devil Forge that I got just last week. A couple of people have been wanting to see how it came together and see what I was going to do with it. Today's just going to be a fire it up and see how it goes kind of a thing. I'm not going to be doing any forging, not going to be doing anything too bananas. I'm just going to fire it up, see what happens, and hopefully don't blow myself up or burn the place down. So right there, right here, that's the forge. Here's the nozzle thing that's going to come through there. That's how I'm going to start it. And then this is not how it came. It came from Lithuania. I have no idea what all that means, but the directions are there, and so I'm going to be kind of tinkering to figure it out. This part here is kind of an aftermarket accessory that I had to pick up at Ace because the part that came with it, the fitting wasn't quite going to work with the big propane tank there that's been sitting out a while. So I had to do a little bit of adjusting, but luckily the guys at Ace, awesome, can't say enough about those guys. They helped me get this squared off and squared away right there in the shop, so I didn't have to do a lot of work when I got home. A whole 5-10 minute visit to Ace and I got set. So we're going to put this together now. Basically this line here is going to plug into this bottom part here after I connect this part here to that part there with any number of wrenches that are around this very cluttered shop. So probably this wrench right here. Nope, that's needle nose pliers. There's a wrench. I'm going to use it. It's going to be okay. You'll see. Okay, so I had a little bit of a test run there, and now I'm going to fire it up again on video just to show you kind of what happens here. I got a couple different pieces of scrap. One there, I'm going to throw in there for gigs. So we turn this down a little bit here. We hear the gas going quickly. Get that in there. And there it is. You can see the refractory wool there doing its job. Very awesome inside there. So I'm just going to stick this here and kind of, oops, sorry, you couldn't see that. Stick that there and then just kind of nudge this fella in here. Try to get it right underneath that jet. And we'll keep an eye out for color. And then there's something here I can do. I'm not sure what'll happen. This will give me a good idea. Yeah, that makes it. I cover that up. Yeah, there we go. That lets more air in, gives it more of a jet. Okay. Okay. We're learning here. We're learning. It's very warm, I can tell you that much. I'll sweep around and show you. I have the door open there, and it's raining balls outside just because I'm burning exhaust in here. I mean, you can see some of the smoke coming up through here, maybe. Yeah, you can. I don't want to inhale all that, so I got the door open for good ventilation. And you can actually start seeing now. Maybe, yeah. You can see how red that's getting. That steel's getting nice and hot. That's awesome. I'm trying to fish that out. These are not tongs by any stretch. You have to be very careful here. That's as hot as I've ever gotten a piece of metal in such a fast time. I could probably wail away on that if I really wanted to, but we're going to put it back in there and see how hot we can get it. I might be able to do a little forge welding in this thing, which would be super duper. My video camera is kind of cutting out a little bit here. It's having a hard time with all the bright light and everything from the forge, but anyway, I'm going to cut it short here, and awesome, just awesome. Okay, so right now I have actually this piece of steel here. It's a file, duh. I have been working on for a long time. And what happened was it was supposed to be a really nice knife, and what ended up going on was it warped to shit when I tried to anneal it. So basically what I'm going to do now is kind of a poor man's annealing. And I'm going to try to bring it up to a point where it'll all glow nice and red for me in the pivotal spots. It's really hard to get your hand that close to this too. And that way maybe it'll flatten out. And I'm going to just turn off the forge here in a few minutes and just kind of let it hang out and come to room temperature over time as the forge cools and everything else. So we'll see what happens. What I want to do eventually is I'll get this thing set up outdoors more, and I'll put a fire brick here, and all that stuff will come out the front. All that heat will stay in there, which is good and bad, because it means I've definitely got to get some gloves and a proper pair of tongs, but I can do that no problem. You can check out this piece of steel here, and you can see I did take a little bit of a hammer to it. I didn't want to go too bananas, because this thing is on the thing I'm hammering, and that would be a catastrophic failure there if I just started spewing hot gas all over the place. You can see this is pretty well glowing. Okay. So that was a sweaty experiment. Whew. Good one. Basically what we ran into there was success. Forge fired up properly. Ran properly, got real hot. I didn't really go balls out on this forge, and I can pause it and kind of show you here. Let me pause the video. It's not going to let me do that. I'll just do the front-facing camera, and it'll be shoddy, and you can see the smoke kind of coming out of here. So on this handle here, if I push this all the way down, so it's parallel here, I'm sure a lot of you people already know, that's full open. That's all the gas, full through, going balls out, which would be cool. But this is my first time out. I've never done anything with these kind of gases before, except for maybe, this thing. This was the extent of my experience with propane and, outside of cooking. And it wasn't exactly, I didn't want to go all out. I know some of you guys thinking, sis, but sure, call me that. I'm in a closed space where a bottle of explosive gas, that can kill me. Good call. So when I was running the forge, that's full stop. I only had it out to about here, maybe? Maybe there. It's probably a similar spot. And then I had this, I don't know what the hell this is called, but this what allows... Son of a bitch. Got it too tight. Anyway, I can open that up that way. Oh, maybe if I turn it the right direction. This is what allows air to come through, so the gas flows through here, pulls air down in, and that's what creates that jet that you saw. This is still very hot. I ran this pretty open. This I'll call it a choke. I don't know what else to call it. I ran that pretty well open. That ran pretty wide. That to me, that seems like it's pretty wide open. The gas here on the propane tank, there we go, was barely open. I didn't even get a reading on the gauge. Not that it matters. It's in fucking Lithuanian anyway. Like I read Lithuanian. It came with English instructions. I don't know what they mean because it's, translated from Lithuanian. That being said, this little Lithuanian, see if you can read it here, Devil Forge, out the gate, first impressions, pretty good, pretty fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, I was only going to do a little bit of a test run tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll come out and do, tomorrow afternoon rather, I'll come out and do a little bit more, fun stuff to it. Sorry, I was checking on that piece of steel that's annealing in there. A couple of things of worth note. I did, very briefly, open her up a little bit. Okay, I can't lie totally. I did open her up a little. I didn't go full on. Did not go full on. But I did go about half measure. Not normally a half measure kind of guy. With explosive gases, I'm a half measure kind of guy. So I went half measure on that a little bit. And it was raging. It was something else. I have some stuff behind here. I didn't want that to get too hot because it's not mine. But I need to get a better place for this, and that's something I'll work out by tomorrow. I have my grandfather's got an old uh, workbench, foldable workbench. I'll secure it to that, and then find a spot to secure. I gotta get that damn light out of here. There we go. Find a spot to set up an anvil or something that I can do some whaling on. But I have no doubts that because this thing is small enough and it's run off of that big old gas tank, I can probably forge well in there. Probably. Probably. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's very hot. I was very thirsty. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And that should be good. I mean, it's kind of a long video, a lot longer than my other ones. We'll see if I get it uploaded and stitched together. Um, but yeah, this was pretty cool. This was a lot of fun. Even just wailing away on this little piece of steel. I'm going to see if I can touch it. Yeah, that's nothing. Even wailing away on this little fella here. You can see I did a little bit of stuff to it, and I didn't go balls out. I mean, this is the hammer. Try not to knock shit over. It's a claw hammer, and I'm just sitting there trying not to hit it so hard as to knock off the force onto the ground. So once I get a little bit more set up, I'll have a nice spot to do some pretty bitchin' shit. At least for me, bitchin' shit. Stock removal is a lot of fun, and I think you kind of have to start with stock removal when you're first getting going, because stock removal will teach you how to even out your bevels, your grinds and everything. It really gives you a good grinding foundation that you're going to need to make up for some of the fuck ups that are going to happen with forging. And there's guaranteed to be a couple of them anyway. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty happy. It's a good news day. I don't think there's anything else to say. Go Bees. Winter Classics coming up. Excited for that. Go Pats. Try not to shit down your pants anymore. And thanks for joining us, me and the mouse in my pocket. Thanks for joining me on Wildbeard Yonder / Wildbeard Knives / me fucking around in my shop. Have a great one. Late.